Hey everyone. Most fitness gurus promise you results in 5 minutes a day. In the NOXUS system, we call that the illusion of progress. You can't rewrite millions of years of evolutionary instinct in the time it takes to brew a cup of coffee. Your body is a conservative system. It resists change because its primary goal is homeostasis, maintaining the status quo. To force the hardware to adapt, we don't just need a stimulus, we need a controlled systemic shock. We need to push the system to peak loads where the old survival algorithms start to fail. Only at that breaking point is true reprogramming possible. Today, we're breaking down the most brutal stage of initial calibration, the 50-50 protocol. This is a stress test for your capillaries and your willpower. A test of your ability to maintain calm and control when every cell in your body is screaming, "Run." When you touch something freezing, your brain doesn't just feel cold. It makes a strategic executive decision. In medicine, this is called vasoconstriction, the violent narrowing of blood vessels. From an evolutionary standpoint, your hands and feet are expendable. If the system is threatened by hypothermia, the hypothalamus instantly cuts off the coolant supply, your blood, to the limbs. It creates an internal thermostat, locking all the heat inside the vital organ zone. This is the legacy code we're about to break. Why? Because in the modern world, this mechanism is way too aggressive. Your vessels have become lazy. They've forgotten how to maintain tone. They've forgotten how to be elastic. This is why you freeze at 60 degrees, feel chronically tired, and have a weak immune system. The 50-50 protocol forces the periphery to hold the line, refusing to hand over control of your blood flow to the brain's automatic fears. The name 50-50 isn't a metaphor. It's a technical ratio. You'll need a container filled exactly halfway with ice and halfway with cold water. Why this specific setup? First, temperature stability. Ice water always stays right around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degree. It's a constant that allows us to precisely calibrate your progress. Second, contact density. Unlike cold air, water has much higher thermal conductivity. It sucks heat out of your body 25 times faster. It's a high-speed port for transferring the stress signal. Preparation. Before submerging, you must perform 3 to 4 rounds of the nasal breathing from episode 2. Your blood needs to be alkaline. You should feel a light tingling in your body. That's the signal that your chemical shield is active. NOXUS isn't about masochism. It's about calculation. When you drop your hands or feet into the 50-50 mix, your system will cycle through 4 distinct stages. You need to recognize them so you don't succumb to panic. Phase 1. Signal alarm. 30 seconds. This is the moment the receptors send a code red. You feel a sharp, stabbing cold. Your brain tries to yank your limbs out. Your task? Breathe. Steady, through the nose. Use the exhale to dump the tension. Observe the pain like numbers on a screen. It's not your pain, it's just data from the sensors. Phase 2. The chemical barrier. 30-90 seconds. The sharp pain turns into a dull ache. The vessels are trying to clamp shut. This is where most people quit. This is where the hunting response begins. Your body starts to waver. The vessels constrict, then dilate, then constrict again. It's a battle between your new code and the old firmware. Phase 3. Vasodilation. 90 seconds, 3 minutes. If you've maintained focus and kept breathing, a breakthrough occurs. The brain realizes you aren't going to run and it opens the floodgates. You might feel a strange warmth or a deep numbness that isn't painful. This is the moment you've hijacked the controls. You are forcing the capillaries to stay open in conditions where they should be locked tight. Phase 4. Reperfusion, the exit. When you pull your hands out, they'll be bright red, not pale or stiff. This is the fire effect. Blood rushes back to the periphery with double the force, flushing out metabolic waste and refreshing the tissues. How do you talk to the pain? In NOXUS, we use dissociation. You must separate the self from the body. While in the ice, use these mental overrides. This is only an electrical signal. It has no power over my decision. I am observing the system adapt. My focus is my protection. Don't try to endure it. Endurance implies tension. We need transparency. You become transparent to the cold. You let it pass through you without snagging on your emotions. This is the first step toward true self-hypnosis and analgesia. But remember, you aren't just getting your hands wet. You are training. You are collecting data. Keep a log. Every time record. The time until the first panic signal. The time the warm phase, vasodilation, hits. And your psychological state after the exit. Your goal is to reach a 2 to 3 minute immersion without a single muscle twitch in your body. If your face is tense or your shoulders are up to your ears, you lost this round. You should look like you're reading a book in a comfortable chair while your hands are in the epicenter of an Arctic storm. The 50-50 protocol isn't cold hardening from some old textbook. It's about power. When you teach your brain not to panic in the face of physical pain and extreme cold, you get an incredible bonus in your social life. Stress at work, conflicts, fear of the unknown. To your upgraded brain, these will be childish signals compared to the ice calibration. You become unshakable because your software has survived the ultimate crash test. In the next episode, we'll talk about how to sustain this drive at the hardware level. We'll break down why your heart is the system's primary heat generator and how the right kind of cardio makes you invulnerable to any temperature shift. This is NOXUS. Step out of the illusion of comfort. Update your code.